start with, I'm here. I've just done my first full week back at work. So I'm a student counsellor. So if you don't know what that means, is that I work in schools as a counsellor for young people. I love my job. Absolutely amazing. I couldn't imagine doing any other type of job now that I'm doing this job. It's incredible. I've got my own company where I have some private clients where I do some outreach with other schools and see other clients as well in my own private work. What was I actually expecting on my first week back at work? It's kind of been an anticlimax because I was expecting, honestly, not to see anyone. I thought there were going to be a bit more struggles with getting back into the routine of coming back to school, not wanting to come back to school. But no, I had full houses. Everybody was in, everybody was eager, and everybody wanted that offload. So what have I actually been thinking about most this week? What has actually been on my mind? And I don't know where this thought has come from, but I've definitely gone down the rabbit hole a few times with this idea of will I, wouldn't I? What would I do? I've researched a little bit about it and read some different things online. But the question I've been thinking about this week is, what would I do if a client actually fell asleep in a session with me? Like, what would I actually do? And I've been like fors and against, like, like, what would I do? Like, what would I do? And I think there's many factors here that I think I would look into. So is it a one-off occurrence that this has happened? Or is this a reoccurring thing? So if it's a reoccurring thing, then obviously I would definitely explore this within the sessions. I would also inquire to their lifestyle choices, their sleeping patterns, and see if this is something that we could work with and see if maybe they wanted support with their sleep. I would also look at the time of the sessions as well. So is the time when we're having our sessions not suitable for them? So they're too tired is late in the evening, first thing in the morning, night owl, early bird, that type of scenario. Another thing that I would also take into, because I am a student counsellor, is their home life and the environment around them that they live in, their lifestyle choices. So I just think, wow, I probably would give him a blanket, because I have a basket of blankets in my room, some weighted, some not. I'd give him a blanket, give him a pillow, and just say, it looks like you need some rest right now. Let's have some rest. Or see if they just want to rest themselves. If they're not comfortable sleeping in the room, let's see if we could end the session for today and they could go rest somewhere else. If this is the only place that they feel safe enough resting, why would I not want them to do that? I think this week has flipped me, because I was expecting a quieter week with a lot more of a slower comeback into work. But no, it's been let's hit the ground running, let's go for this, which I'm prepared for, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Does that make sense? But what would I actually do? Personally, I think I would let them sleep. I've been toying with this thought. Would I? Wouldn't I? But no, I think, hand on heart, I think I would let them sleep. And I would see that as a massive privilege as well, because that person is obviously trusting in that environment, in me, in our therapeutic relationship enough that they feel safe enough to sleep. Looking at medical problems as well, I would double check that they haven't got any medical histories or medical issues like epilepsy, diabetes. I would make sure that I'd rule out any medical parts that could be playing into this. The research I've done around this, there was lots of 2s and 4s against this. There wasn't a complete answer to this. People gave their different experiences. Where I read, the BACP just states that the counsellor should adhere to ethical principles and work for the best interest of the client and explore if this is a one-off or a reoccurring thing. So I felt like my gut instinct was right with this. It would be very much down to the relationship itself, the client itself, whether it's one-off or a reoccurring thing. And then we can put factors into place going from there. But yeah, that's been my ponder this week. A random ponder. I don't know why it popped into my head, but it's one of those things that I just thought, so that's been my reflection and my reaction to, like, why and how would this happen? And then looking at the whole bigger picture of, well, how can I support this person whilst they're sleeping? What would I do? Just sit there? Don't know. There's always paperwork that you could do. Do a bit of reading myself, eat my lunch. I don't know. I don't know if I'd eat my lunch, actually. I don't like the sound of people eating. It's a thought, isn't it? I'll probably get on with paperwork, write some notes. Yeah, and see how we go with that. Or just sit with them in the room. Even if it's just a power nap. Like, everybody loves a cheeky nana nap, don't they? Well, I don't know. So if you have experienced this, or you've got a thought on this, I'd love to hear it. So please pop a comment in the chat or email me. My email's on my page. And this week, okay, so what is my roundup? It's like 2026, the new vibing, like new year, new me. No, I'm not doing any of that stuff because I never stick to it. But I'm in full CPD mode. Let's get some ticking along. Let's get our head back in the game after the break. A CPD that I found thanks to a friend who shared it with me. And it's a freebie. Who doesn't love a freebie? I do. I love a freebie. So this isn't a sponsorship either. It's free. I love to share things that are free, so why not share the love? So the training is an online lecture with a counselling tutor, and it is looking at attachment and what counsellors need to know. On Sunday, this Sunday coming on the 11th of January 2026 at 11 a.m. GMTV London time. I haven't done any CPD with the counselling tutor before, so again, I can't rate what it's like. All I can say is if you do decide to come, you might see me there. I am going to include the link. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll include it somewhere, like you do on YouTube. That's my reflections, reactions, and roundup for this week. It's been a week, I think. I started with not expecting much. Got a very pleasant surprise coming up. A very pondering, strong thought, which has been my reactions this week. And then the rounding up and the lovely cherry on top of the cake is the free CPD. Chef's kiss. Good week. Amazing time at work. I'm glad to be back. I needed the break. I needed the rest. I needed the sleep. And I'm well rested. My cup is full. And I'm ready for a new term. So here we go.